welcome to another episode of 10 Steps Ahead podcast. It's your girl, DeShawn Snow.
And your boy Skido's in the building.
What up, though?
I'm ready, man. 10 steps ahead. I've been talking about this all week.
I know. You have a busy weekend. We both had busy weekends. Let's talk about it.
I know. Well, you know what? Ladies first.
Okay.
See, my mama taught me right. But I heard you was going off in South Carolina.
I had an amazing weekend.
Yes. Week there. Man, we got to talk about that a little bit.
I am gracing the cover, the spring issue of Motivate magazine, Heart of a Woman. Yeah. And so Celeste Crocker's founder and CEO, and she had her launch event in South Carolina, Greensville, South Carolina. So my one of my sisters came with me up there, and we had a great time. It was a great event, top notch. They honored me, and then they unveiled my cover. So it was pretty dope.
Looked like a movie star. Looked like a book. You know what I'm saying? I was actually seeing it when we was in LA. And I was like, yo, look at D. She looking like a movie star. Everybody was like, well, I be showing you out. Because, I'm out there talking about 10 steps ahead. They were like, yo, that's a dope concept. And they were like, Ski, you always thinking 10 steps ahead. And I said, and DeShawn's the same way. So it was, when we got together, we're always trying to be perfectionists.
Right.
And sometimes being perfectionists, people ain't ready for that. And it could be, but we're smoothing it out.
Yeah, so we're being patient, we're being in the moment, and we're accepting things, because only God's perfect, right?
Absolutely.
We think we're in control, but we're never really in control.
No, we're not in control. But
it's just an illusion.
So after that, what happened? So you got the pictures?
So we had the pictures, everything. We did the photo shoot a while back, and the issue doesn't drop to May, so I can't release those photos yet. Mm-hmm. But it was a great time. I had a chance to connect with the people. A lot of people, was inspired by my story. I shared a little bit. And it felt so good. I remember feeling like I wanted to just bottle up that moment, that joy. And I felt like I was on a high, and I just wanted to stay on that high.
Yeah.
So I got back, I was like, let me start working on my goals and stuff.
But when I was in LA, I was like, you remember DeShawn for the first original Atlanta Housewives? They're like, yeah. But when they started seeing the clip of the previous show just showing them, they were like, yo, she looks amazing. But it looks like, and they see your workout, I'm showing them, I'm like, yo, she's on some next level things. And I think the show was good because that was good for them.
That moment,
but I think the new things you're about to be doing now, I know I'm just feel blessed I'm included in this show, but you just look like you're on a different vibe, a brighter light. And I see it. And women need to be seeing this because it's motivating.
Yeah, definitely. The outside is finally matching the work that I did on the inside, right? So, I'm getting strong physically as I'm getting strong mentally. It all goes. It's like being stronger, healthier, happier.
That's what's
and
up.
so that's the vibe I'm on.
I love it. I'm hyped.
I know,
I get
right?
excited when people get, winning and doing something. They be like, Ski, why you? I was like, yo, I just love seeing people win. And people don't believe that till when they're working with me and they're around me. Because people assume things because they don't know until they know you. Because they be like, yo, Ski, you kind of rough around it. We don't know how you're going to. And then when they get around me, they're like, you're the most positive person. And now we see why you always by yourself. Because when you're so positive, you just can't be around everybody.
Yeah.
Because they can't move like you.
Right. And then, we were talking, because you got to protect your ear gate, your eye gate. You can't have anything negative. At least for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think for you too. Otherwise, I won't be able to cope. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I have to, keep the positivity around me.
You got to. And you remember we talked about before about being in a bubble. You know what I'm saying? And when you're bad habits are meant to be broken.
Yes.
And as you growing in success, you gotta start eliminating all these bad habits. Because that's gonna motivate you to go to the next level.
Right.
And people, you can't be stuck in your ways.
Right.
That's another scene, a little stuck in your way. We'll talk about that later. But I seen you, like, we actually accountable for both what we talk about, but I trust our friendship to go, D, what you think? Because, we be out of pocket, but we don't like to be checked.
Right.
Growing is being checked.
Being checked,
without being sensitive. But
of course.
On that note, we was 10 steps ahead.
10 steps ahead. So tell me about LA. You were in LA this weekend working on some deals, whatever.
Man.
But without getting into detail, but tell me the excitement.
I can tell you a little something. So one of our clients, Ray, who plays for the Atlanta Falcons, he's on some next level stuff. But
acting and stuff.
Acting,
Right?
yeah. I got him in a movie, me and my team. Michelle Stokes was out there. Chico Brown is out there. I always say team. There's never one person.
Right.
I always credit my team.
Absolutely.
But he came to me and he said, Ski, I need to go to the next level. And not citing the things he's doing. He's a very visionary person. He has a visionary that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to get him what he needed. But these are things we're having fun with. So we went out there this weekend, and one of these deals we had Moneybags.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
rapper.
the rapper dude, Moneybags, who's
I think it's Moneybagg Yo.
Moneybags Yo. I forgot the yo. Sorry about that. But he's actually a friend of Ray's.
Okay.
And all the things that we have that's powerful and blowing up, now Ray has it. So instead of him being just a football player, I'm teaching everybody how to be a boss.
Mm-hmm.
So, my power is now his power. His power is now my power. Your power is not. People don't understand the power of having somebody next to you. They say, Ski, I don't see how you do it. I said, well, think about this. Sorry. Think about this. If I have all these relationships in the industry and you're close to me, now you have all these relationships. So now we got to say, how are we going to make money?
Right.
I got all the doors right here. Come to me, let's put something together. So his thing was he wanted to share his power with his relationship with Moneybagg Yo.
Okay.
So, he came out there. He flew out there. He was on his business.
Mm-hmm.
He flew out there, in a bit. I know, to me, maybe he'll say it and have him on the show. To me, it was like, you never know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
And in L.A., you don't ever know where you're driving anyway.
Right.
So where we had to go was in the middle of the desert, but it was big business, and it was a powerful corporation out there.
Okay.
But you don't know till you get there.
Right.
And it was an hour and 40 minutes out of L.A.
Wow.
But the corporation's out there.
Okay.
And he got in that truck, and then we got the truck. When he got there, I know he's like, well, but when he got there, you can see everything just calm. Because first of all, LA, you don't know you driving. Yo, is it a setup? Because I was driving. I said, yo, dude, but I was in his van. I be thinking, yo, what's up, man? So I know he was happy to reach that destination. But he got out with Ray and he pulled. And Ray was excited. He's like that. He was excited for Moneybagg Yo.
Good.
And he was able to go in there, and the enterprise was right there. Money outside of what you're doing is what I'm bringing to the table. So I said, and for Ray to have that vision, he wanted to share the power with everybody else. So this is just a domino effect that's about to be going on. And I was proud of that. And it was something else. And then, of course, the date with me is like a movie. So when I'm in a movie, that was Moneybagg Yo one time. The second, I said, well, now we're going to go see Tiffany Haddish. So she
was on stand. She
was doing at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
But we have personal relationships with her. And she's actually one of the producers on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So from that, we finished with Moneybagg Yo. We then had a ball. Then that night, we just went to meet with her. All the stars was in there. It's just like, when we go somewhere, it's just one of those days where God just lines everything up. And we was all cracking up. And after the show, Ray she didn't know that Ray was part of the movie.
Okay.
She's one of the producers.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the show, we was able to get her. They meet upstairs. And then I had, my other boy, Mark, who designed that shoe. I'm like a chess player. So everybody's they're like, yo, this is hot. And Ray's meeting everybody. He's going to be in the movie. Because being in the movie is having a relationship with other actors and professionals. And Tiffany did her thing. You know what I'm saying? We're proud of her. She's very close to the circle. So everybody was just hanging out. You'll see the pictures and all that in
I saw a
video.
couple.
So that's on the sidelines with Skido episode, matched with 10 Steps Ahead. So I'm tied to all of this. But man, there's so much more business we're doing with celebrities that's going to be crazy.
Great.
But that was a successful weekend.
Awesome.
And I got to go back Sunday. I got to turn, Oh, man, I just got
if
here.
you're going, you're going.
Yeah, I'm going. So that's what happened. So I had a great, but I got to share something. So we're on the high. We're leaving Tiffany and all the great comics, and we sitting there. Everybody's talking business, having a good time, just outside the business. When you going into the plane, when you feel like, okay, I'm going home to kill this show. Man, before I get to the airport, the enemy just come with something. Man, my man calls me from, this is an episode I'm not going to say, but he calls me. Being in the industry, I know a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, God just allowed me to have a lot of powerful friends. But I mean, I'm not taking credit. And I get a call when it was a misunderstanding about something. And instead
involving you?
Well, no. Well,
No.
it was me, the people around me, my team.
Okay.
And what you're not going to do is talk about my team.
Right.
What you're not going to do is discredit anybody on my team.
Right.
That's just like somebody saying something about you.
Right.
I go hard for anybody that's with me. I don't play that. Man, I went off in the airport. I was so hot.
From the phone call. So it kind of cost you out of
all that success.
Moneybagg,
Tiffany Haddish. You know, you're leaving that morning. Me and Dre, you know, our camera guy. He's like, he's traveling, doing all the shots, and I went the hell off in that airport. I forgot.
So
you took the peace and the happiness. In a split second, I get protective.
Right.
And I went off, and I was like, after a while, it was so set up that God allowed me to get on a plane to calm down.
6 hours.
If I had a parachute, I would have jumped off that damn plane and went off. I was so mad for 5 hours. By the time I got home, God was just praying and dealing with me. He said, listen, every success is always something.
Right.
You got to know when the enemy's coming. And every time something's good happening, something follows with something negative or bad. Everybody ain't happy for you.
Right.
And that made me calm. And by the time I got on that Zoom and straightened all that, by the morning I woke up, my same people that called me, it reversed.
Right.
Like, yo, they called us back. Who are these people? Do they know who you are? And it's like God just allowed that to say, I got your back.
Right.
Sometimes you just got to breathe and don't get caught up in all that craziness and just let God do and that worked out. So now I'm ready for 10 steps ahead. Sorry.
It's okay. Now, what about, like authenticity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be true to who you are, but you're not going to let somebody play you. Because it sounds like you got a little bit out of character.
I did. I lost it. People was moving away from me in the airport, and Dre, he got it on film. He was like, yo, and that's the
New
part.
York came out on you.
No, it ain't even the New York. It's people don't understand. It ain't a New York thing. It's a pain and suffering thing. It's an anger thing.
Okay.
The things I don't want to unleash, the things that people know me, and I'm not fronting here. I know people know how I get down, well, I used to back in my past, but that was from anger and pain. And yo, who you talking to? Like, I was at everybody. You know what I'm saying? That was just me couldn't control a temper or anger or impulse. I'm a grown man now. As adults, we gotta learn how to control these things.
But did you ever get help trying to
No,
control
God. I swear, no human being can help me.
Not even a therapist?
I went to one.
Okay.
30 minutes into, she said, I want you to go deep. So 30 minutes into me talking, I didn't know how deep she wanted. She stopped me. She said, I got to refer you. I said, oh, what? She said, this is a little too deep. She stopped me. But I said, that's when I called my pastor.
Okay.
He said, Ski, what you got is spiritual warfare. Your battles can't be healed by a book. Somebody has to be able to share your pain to understand you. The only body that can understand you is God. So won't you give it to him? Yeah. So after that, I gave it to him, and little by little, it's been coming. I caged that animal, that thing that the
But the animal,
it
doesn't go, caging it doesn't make it go away though, right?
No, it cages it.
Okay.
And then God just, everything, a root is always in you. Okay. But when you have a root in you, root is when it's being pulled. People don't want to be pulled because it deals with certain pain or certain things that trigger you. Everybody don't know what, it's like, I don't want to deal with that. So you push it in. But every time you push it in, you don't know it makes it worse.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So you have to deal with it.
I tried to bury it. God said, no, we got to pull it out of you.
Yes.
So like a root in the ground, when you're pulling it, it feels like it keeps going and going. Right. That's what happened. So, but no, he started pulling it.
Right.
And and then when he pulled it, it broke me. So when I never cried, I started crying. Things started making me, because people think crying in my world makes you weak.
No.
I didn't know how strong it makes you because you're actually, everything that comes out of you makes you stronger.
Absolutely.
So me and God been going through that. And I'm still going through it. But after 3 hours of crying like a little baby, and I'm not built like that, it was me and him, dude. It's like daddy with your son. And he was like, yo, you want to be healed or you want to keep going through this pain?
That's right. Because you mask it. People a lot of times mask stuff and then they don't really deal with it. And then that's why it's always on the surface.
Yes.
So the very little thing can make it trigger.
Yeah, so that's it. And I don't want to deal with all. I don't want to be mad. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to punch you in your face. I don't want to, get away. I don't play like that. So
and
I don't
want
want to talk like that. I want to be all laughing and joking and people having fun around me. I just want pop. I can't do the negative. It just rubs me the wrong way now. You know what I'm saying? So I walk out. And people got to learn when to walk out the room.
Yes.
Don't stay in the midst of just chaos. Your life is better than that. That's it.
Just excuse yourself.
Yeah, just excuse yourself. You know the things we.
Well, I'm glad you were able to calm down. I'm glad you had that timing of that flight so you can.
And rushed right to the show and woke up late. Sorry.
Oh yes. Yeah, so
I know you were sending me stuff
late.
And I was like, I woke up. I was like, yo, I was exhausted.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be prepped more and more. But I'm just keeping it real with the audience. It just happens. We travel. We do things outside of this stuff,
All right, absolutely.
But that was cool. I'm happy to be here.
Okay. All right. So we were talking about authenticity. Being true to who you are in all circumstances. Do you find that, especially being in the public arena, that it's a little hard to... there's not a lot of people being their authentic selves, right? Because they always feel like they got to be on. I know with me, like that was always a balance. Not anymore.
Let's flip it back to you. You coming out of your bubble, and
I've been out my bubble.
No.
Let's just be clear.
Okay, so you out or you coming out little by little?
No, I've been out of the bubble shortly after the divorce.
Okay, but you know the bubble we're talking about.
Oh,
not the bubble that you bubble is how you handle things.
Right.
How you resolve things.
Right.
How you don't do the same things over and over again.
Okay, yeah.
How you don't be, if not just saying that you're on hands. People think on hands and control if they always want to narrate people's. It's just how you approach things.
Right.
You can't have the same conversation and the same argument over and over again. Something, not even if the person don't get it, you got to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you get it, they get it. You understand? It's like being the big brother in the room or the big sister in the room. It's always going to be backlash, but people want to grow. People ain't like us.
Right.
When they come in there, I had to say, yo, get over it. You good, because I'm built a certain way. But some people can't get over it. So I had to adjust to them, to be more sensitive. You understand? Mm-hmm. And I'm even doing that in business. Leading is leading.
Right.
It can't be about our way. It's about adjusting how they are.
Yeah.
And that's a true boss. You understand? When you can see the room.
Many are called, few are chosen.
Exactly. But on your case, is that now all these things are happening.
Yes.
Being a boss, your whole vision, and things are coming up. How is that going?
I am trying to be intentional being my authentic self. I've always in the past, I was always myself, but I would compare my current self to my former self, or either compare my current self to my potential. I always felt it was lacking. I didn't measure up. So the feelings of inadequacy, caused me to miss a lot of opportunities and not really fully show up.
But opportunities like what? Can you get
business
an example?
Opportunities.
Got you.
Yeah, because I would just, I don't know how to halfway do anything. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it all the way. And if I couldn't do it all the way, then I just wouldn't go. But the reality is people not even really caring like that. So I'm missing out. I'm in my head, right? Yeah. So this year I am getting out of my head and I am trying to show up as my authentic self. And I am going for what I want. And, if it lands, it lands. If it don't, it don't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no failure. Success is just falling forward. It's never giving up. Just getting back up.
But you know what? In this show, 10 Steps Ahead, is we're teaching people how to grow. We're teaching people how to survive.
Or thrive.
And thrive. Be positive. Build whatever you got to do and don't listen to nobody else. Stay focused. And that's why this show meant so much when we sat down and we talked about it. If it wasn't nothing else, nobody can't get nothing out of it, I didn't want to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're sharing our life and our world. We're really going to give y'all...
Our life is a testimony.
Yeah, we're giving you the scenes. We're not holding nothing. We talk shit. We disagree. But not to hurt each other. It's to build each other. See, there's a difference with that, And I like the way you're growing. I was showing you off in L.A. I was telling the whole team.
I
was like, yo, she's back. Because I'm sharing it because I know it helps with the show.
Yeah.
And it shows, you was out there. I wasn't on no TV. I was out there in the streets. I was hustling business and don't hustle. No, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know how people try
well,
to
you
take
never
that.
even really hustled.
I never did that. Nah.
Not in that.
But I was
sense.
just showing everybody the new things that we're working on. And that's good when you into something, you're supposed to spread that love.
Yeah,
I'm not
the
holding
excitement is contagious.
Yes, man. And I'm still pumped. Exhausted, jumping off the plane. As I was getting here, my spirit just I start praying. That's what I do, you know, and like,
Yes, of course.
yeah, I got to just get here and share everything. Can't wait to share the new things I'm going on. So every episode is going to be different. And everybody wants to get on the show. And already, and I'm saying, nah, we got 2 more episodes to do. Then we getting warmed up.
Me and my schedule.
Your schedule. No, I'm sticking to DeShawn's schedule. Let me tell you something.
So this
She's
is
on
what's because we're 2 different people.
Yes.
I'm very like in order and you know by the book, and you're very like just show up and.
No, I'm all over the place, but professional.
No, definitely professional. But you know, so that's helping me to grow too because I'm just like.
Like what? Say it. Let's get it out of her. Let's get the root out of her. What's the problem, D? What are you trying to work on? Say
so
it.
I'm learning to be fluid and flexible. Or let me say flexible. So, right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I have my way of doing things, but you know, it's not going to always go that way.
Keep going.
That's one thing. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. So so you're saying to them is you always want things to go your way.
You always want to strive for excellence.
Okay.
I don't know anything. I mean, I'm not saying I'm excellent all the time, but I'm definitely striving for it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know, everything has to be decent and in order.
So being decent in order, so let's be real with everybody.
Sure.
I know a lot of people out there like that. So you're perfectionist and you
want
things
perfectionist.
Or you want something done the way you want it done. You know, you got it in your mind. And I understand that. But shouldn't there be a little balance for that when you got people around you trying to when you want to line everybody up? Sometimes that shit could drive you crazy. I seen people with anything out of line or moves a different way. Oh, they get into like a phase.
Yeah, what I will usually do is just retreat. I'll be like, okay, well, never, I'm off of that.
That's your exit thing when it don't go the way you.
Yeah, because it's too much. I'll just go on to the next.
Does that mean it's right?
No, I'm not saying that it's right.
No, I'm not judging. Just want to keep.
No, it's not. No, it's not right.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's just.
So how we fix it?
So I'm growing. I'm evolving.
My homie.
And so I try to be open to receive the feedback, and I try to be more patient.
Oh God, you said that sounds so smooth. And then look like she bite like this grinning because she's a boss first of all. So when let me tell you something. What I love about DeShawn is she's driven, her greatness and perfectionist. But I understand you. See, that's the thing. I have a good understanding for people.
I don't think I'm a perfectionist though.
You just said you're working on that.
Okay.
You know we're on camera, right?
I don't know that I said I'm a perfectionist.
No, you say you like things done a certain way. It's nothing wrong to being a perfectionist.
That means
you want great. I'm trying to tell you, man. Lord
all right. Tomato,
what you're doing is tomato. But I'm saying there's nothing wrong with it. What I'm saying is that's what drives people to be great.
Yes.
That's why they succeed.
It has to be channeled. Right?
It has to be channeled. The balance is you have a team around you or people that's involved with you. They're not all like you.
Right.
So my thing is sometimes we got to not come down. We just got to understand how they move. You got to put people in positions what they're good at.
Right.
Not what you're good at.
Right.
What you're good at is different from what they're good at. So I got to adjust to the room.
And I can imagine that can be more freeing and easier.
Oh, it's easy. Because, it's like, I'm like that too. That's why I love, because I'm not, hey, let's don't get it twisted. What she's doing, I'm the same way. I had to calm down because it would aggravate me, but it would be more with frustration and anger. Like I had one of my clients' fathers call me. I went the hell off, act straight into the camera. It was the wrong time, but it was something innocent. But because he knows me, he knows my heart. But I don't be caring about when I feel something is dumb or something that don't make sense. In my mind, I'm thinking it don't make sense. In their mind, it is.
Right.
So I have to start being so quick to be aggravated because, and that's me, because I'm doing the management thing, just one person, maybe two. I'm a boss. I don't want to be micromanaged or babysitting. But because these clients are very professional, sometimes you don't even get it from them. You get it from the outside.
Right.
But I need them to be on one accord to get their team together. Because if I'm doing business with you, and you're locked in, everybody got to be locked in. You can't leave people out because then that'll cause confusion.
Right.
And confusion is bad for business.
And confusion is the trick of the enemy.
Yes, absolutely. So you know how that goes. And on that note, we are working on ourselves and we are trying to better ourselves and inviting everybody in our lives in this industry.
Yeah.
You know, we doing a lot. I love that. I'm still hyped.
So we have a lot more to talk about. I want to bring my baby sister on.
So she is a trip.
She's a firecracker.
I saw it when we started talking, and I was like, she is something. She's completely different, opposite of you.
Yes.
But she's going to be great.
But we're alike in some ways.
No, you're not.
Well, we look
a different
alike.
way. Y'all got beautiful teeth. y'all going to see that. It make you think my teeth, man. I got great teeth. Every time I'm looking over there, I said, damn, my shit need to be clean more. I'm like, it got too much shining going on. But on that note, I saw two different personalities, good heart. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's funny. So, but I like she come from knowing what's real and talks crap.
We come from the same place.
I know, but y'all two different people, right? And I like that she has her opinions about certain things that's going on, and I like to get those opinions so we can feed off it because there's a lot of things going on out
Absolutely. There. She got her, how you say, ears to the street?
She got her ears to the street, and I love it. We need that. Because I'm flying, I'm doing
But
deals.
they keep me young and relevant.
Yeah, but you look 30, 25, you know, you good. You know what I'm saying?
But I look it, but they, you know, keep me up on all the stuff. And
you see? And now we get to share it, and we got our opinions, because we want to know what the people of the streets are saying.
Okay.
And we want to know their opinion, but we got our opinion, not to cut nobody down. It is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, so we'll bring her out and just after this.
What's up? Yo, y'all,
we're back. Hey, everybody, we're back. 10 Steps Ahead podcast. And I have my baby sister here, Kay, in the house.
Kay's in the building.
What up, though?
What up, though? Y'all heard that? That's that Detroit thing. Am I right?
That's Detroit. That's Detroit.
I gotta make sure. What's up, Kay?
Not Saginaw, not Flint, not Ann Arbor. It's Detroit.
It's Detroit? But you're in Atlanta.
So,
that part, but it's okay.
My house is in Detroit.
She still has a 313 phone number.
I was made in Detroit.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
I like Detroit. I was on when they played Houston Texans.
The Lions.
And I went out there, and it was more Detroit fans in the stadium.
Mm-hmm. We took over Houston.
I was on a plane with them, and they started screaming, "What up, though?" And I loved it. I just liked the vibe. You know
we are different.
Y'all unified like that? Why y'all unified like that?
It's in us, not on us. I don't know.
A word? What up, though? I like that. You know what I'm saying? New York, what up, though? Detroit, everybody in Atlanta, though. But go ahead.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
So what's up, Kay? What's going out there in the streets? What's going on? What you been up to?
Nothing much. Just working.
Just working.
So Karisha, her name is Karisha. Everybody calls her Kay. I know her as Karisha.
I'm calling her Kay.
Call her Kay. I'll call her Karisha. Mm-hmm. So we are the only two that are here in Georgia. Okay. Other families everywhere else.
Okay.
And so she tries to keep me young.
Yes. I am the younger version of her.
Oh.
I say shit that she don't say. I say shit that she
want to say.
I say shit that she should say. So that is me. And now she is in this era, and I am still over here in this one.
Which is good. Two different people.
Yes.
Two different, same.
I mean, but we're, out of the siblings, I think we're more alike in some aspects.
Really?
Yeah, because we're more, I mean, we're all.
I know y'all driven and business-minded. And y'all
I'm the realest one, but you don't talk about it.
But, like, we fall down, we get right back up. We figure it out. Yeah. We figure it out.
Okay, what you thinking? I mean, without her, what you thinking about this whole situation, 10 Steps Ahead, the show, your sister making moves? I know you making moves, ears to the street. What you think about all this?
I mean, I'm proud of y'all. I really am. I'm really proud of my sister for, coming out her shell, so to speak. Now, this podcast is something different, so I'm just excited to see where y'all go with it. But as long as she keep it 100 when she's talking on the show, I think everybody will love it.
Well, Kate, 100 is going to come.
All I know is keep it 100.
You know, 50 plus 50, 25 plus
y'all see this, right?
75 plus 25. It still comes to 100.
It don't even, that's not the same, though. Solid is solid. You can't break that shit.
I'm solid.
What it is. And you are.
Yes.
You are. But sometimes other people that don't know you don't know that, though. Because it could be the delivery of what
and this is why I wanted Kay on the show with DeShawn. Because I seen this shit live. So what I saw was a hit. See, I need different personalities. I got one. DeShawn got one. Kay got one. It ain't got nothing to do with her being her sister. She's really out there. She's on it. She talks shit. She do all that. But we gonna keep it so real on this show. I thought it was a good add-on to it. You know, it's about coming together, having different personalities, different opinions. And that's why I liked it. I said, yo, we got to get Kay on the show. You know, not always y'all go at it. That's the sister thing. They love each other. You know how brothers and sisters and everybody be. But this is real business out here. They really doing things out here. And I'm excited to have you. But you got to tell me what's been, I want to talk about, I've been out in the air traveling. What's going on out here? What's going on in the streets?
What's the big topic that everybody, as a young younger, you're still a grown woman, but
40, nigga.
Okay, 40.
And what happened
as a younger woman.
What's happening here is I asked Kay the question, and DeShawn's trying to answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not. This is her. Listen, we being live here. This is her trying to work on herself and not being a perfectionist. This show is you're gonna get it raw here. We're not pity patting her.
Okay.
And she's still working on herself on live, but we love y'all. I'm gonna ask it again. Kay, what is going on out there in these streets? What's up?
You know what? It's a lot that is going on. Entertainment-wise, I'm not really sure, but I'll find out for you. I mean, I know the whole situation with Bees and MO3.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is MO3. They're bringing up there's a case going on and something happened.
In Dallas?
He was just smarter with his beef. Allegedly, he got someone else to do the killing.
Okay.
And Mo3 was, I guess, allegedly being reckless in Dallas. And then he ended up allegedly unaliving one of his friends. And that's what made Beezy retaliate, supposedly.
That's the thing that's going on now.
Yes, but allegedly.
Everything is allegedly.
Because I don't know.
We don't know. We just giving what the news is giving us. So that's what, something happened with a certain rapper out here that allegedly did something to another one. Huh?
Some other guy that jumped the fence?
And then little Scoop. Just jumped the fence.
He died because he hurt something in his leg from jumping the fence.
Oh, no, young Scooter. He got shot. Allegedly.
No,
they said it wasn't. No, they said it was the injury.
Yeah, they said he had.
It wasn't no shot.
He bled out.
Yeah.
He jumped the fence and bled out.
No,
they thought at first he got shot. I mean, this is just the news.
But they cleared it up.
They cleared it up. First, we thought he got shot. And we're talking about little
young Scoop
and Scooter from Atlanta here.
They showing their age. It's okay.
He passed, and they thought he got shot, and they came back with the news to say that he tore something
in his I think it's femoral artery.
Yeah, and it bled out, and that's what led to that. But it's just the fact that, first of all, he was running. We didn't know what was going on and why you had to run or what was going on in that house.
So it was a lady that is going around social media. She was a contestant on Baddies. I don't know which state, maybe Atlanta, I'm not sure. And she had called the police and made a false police report stating that there were, allegedly making a false police report stating that there were like trafficking and drugs and things of that nature going on in that home because she was supposedly dating one of young Scooter's homeboys and they were having a party and they would not invite her. So this was an act of her like retaliating, but allegedly she was unaware that young Scooter was in the house because this was on his birthday.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. So they were trying to put the party together and apparently she couldn't be there. However it was, and she came up with this idea to say that it was a woman that was being beaten or something of that nature. Yeah, and then when they came, it was no woman in trouble or distress. And
so basically what you're saying, a forced report over somebody that wasn't invited, which people do, and y'all make these things, and cause of that being being a lie and everything caused somebody to lose their life. And that's why y'all play games with people out here.
And now you on the net, like, fiending for yours and trying to get forgiveness for what you did. But you don't, like, this generation, you don't think about that.
Do you get arrested for things like that?
They arrested her.
They do get arrested.
False report.
Man lost
They knew her
his life.
face. I think they had to find out who she was first. I'm not sure.
They found out because she went on Instagram Live talking about it.
So she did get arrested. I'm not sure that part yet. But it's just
my sources, TMZ.
Oh, great.
Shade
room.
Shade room. But on that, we was able to lose. We lost a life.
Right.
And because of you playing games, making false calls, and calling police, and just because of how you feel or what you got to be careful out there doing that, man.
People move in emotions, though.
Yes.
That's the reason why. And I think that logically, when you got emotions, because an emotion can, like, they change, they flip-flop, you know what I mean? Like, so I think she did that emotionally because she was upset, but it's like you don't think about the consequences after the fact. Right?
Always consequences to everything you do in emotion. You got to think before you act. And I get angry and I get upset. But on that note, man, we lost a life there. God bless his family, his kids. You can't bring it back. That's so once y'all do something out there, there's no apology because you can't bring them back. So basically, check yourself before you make any movements because you can hurt or kill somebody and get somebody hurt or killed. Whatever false things you putting out there. And I'm going to give y'all, keeping it 100. A situation had just occurred. That's why I flipped in the airport because there was something that somebody thought something, instead of going to the source or finding out, they were able to go around my back, but it ended up coming back around to me because it could have been like a wildfire. But God was able to have me in great relationships to bring it back to me, but it could have got worse. And what you don't know, what you want to know, what you're trying to find out, you need to go to the source. Right. Don't assume things, don't judge, don't think that, I need to go on my own instincts because it could cause a disaster.
Right.
I wasn't worried about what they did because it wasn't on me. I was worried about how they did it. And I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? And it could have caused, I do good business and nobody wants to do bad business. Nobody wants to be around all these type of things that make you look bad. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the key, though. It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
It's how you do it.
Right? It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Absolutely.
It's always the delivery because that's how I'm going to pick it up. You know what I mean? So we can go about it however you want to go about it, but it always comes from your
I always feel when I'm talking to Kay, she ready to get busy. She on the block.
How?
And she got that. I'm telling you right now.
But I be so
we
calm,
cool.
Though,
she
right?
cool. But I know these shows are gonna get more and more. You're gonna see more and more Kay. This is the cool version because it's the first episode. I'm trying to laugh. But when she get really loose, it's about to be crazy. Because I seen it. You know what I'm saying? So, but on that note, man, I'm glad you part of the show.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're gonna be bringing stuff. She's gonna be bringing stuff from the streets, ear to street, bringing up episodes that we don't even know. Like on her opinion, DeShawn's we're just gonna feed off each other.
And she's gonna do the knock it off part.
Yeah, it's the knock off because I don't know a lot of stuff. I don't pay attention to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes people be like fronting. She'd be like, knock it off.
I know she gave her that look.
Yes,
right? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, like I tell you.
She's on the block.
I don't front though.
You do.
You see this?
So college with that.
She on the block. She know what's going on. She's like, what? What do you mean?
It'll be
what do you mean check-in? What does check-in mean?
It's not just
I know what check-in means.
Now you know what check-in means in LA.
It'll be everything going on with the streets. I don't think it's just entertainment.
No.
I think it's just like people everyday lives. Like I feel like even the stuff that you've been through, even though you had a camera in your face, there's the same girl named Janisha, Shaquita. They going through it on the block, like so I think the aspect of what I would bring to the show is kind of to humble that, like, cause you
humble what?
Like the reality, like the way you say it, like. What was he talking about red flags? And you know how you said something different?
No, I said rose-colored glasses.
Right, but guess what I said? You pull out that Crayola box and get the color and shit. It's the same thing, just in a different context.
Like you paint the picture that you want to see.
You know what? I noticed something. I love this. Is why I told you this is dope. Because there's people a lot like me and a lot like Kay and a lot like DeShawn. It doesn't mean we see things different, we word things different. It's just life.
Yeah.
We real with it. But bringing all these things together, you know, it's a balance that y'all need to hear. So, and it's going to educate everybody.
Yeah,
as long as they get something out of it.
We all got the same agenda. Yep, just somebody to pick it up.
Okay,
that's it.
That's what's up. See, the teeth, I can't deal with this shit. I was like, yo, I'm not trying to go get my teeth white. I got all my teeth. My teeth are straight good.
You do.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? I was telling Kate, but Kate, she's like, yeah, smile. I was like, you drink tea? I drink tea.
Yeah.
I love tea.
But it has a color to it. So.
And you're right, because it's the ring around it, because you think coffee does it. I didn't know that. And now, you know, you put me on, but I'm still going to drink tea lighter.
I know you are.
You know what I'm saying? There's no other tea.
You drink it through a straw.
Oh.
That's why I have to tell people when they get their veneers, like, you drink it through a straw.
Is better.
Okay.
I'm going to take that advice on that.
Okay.
There we have it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So we'll wrap this up for today. But I'm looking forward to getting a fresh perspective and keeping it real.
No. What do you say, Kate? No, that's her version.
I said keep it 100. Nah.
Keep it 100.
They said keep it at 100.
And there's no air quotes to it, honey.
Keep it 100.
That's right. This is what I'm telling you. We gotta get all concepts. I love it. This is hype. Keeping it real.
So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode of 10 Steps Ahead podcast.
And Kate's gonna be with us chilling too. We in the building. Let's go.